Welcome to Fluid Fridays. If you have been enjoying Wax on Wednesdays for the past couple years, then I'm hoping that you will come on over and join me now for Fluid Fridays. I didn't want to confuse the two and keep Wax on Wednesdays purely encaustic, and so I decided to start a second playlist now. So if you are purely encaustic, you can subscribe just to that Wax on Wednesday playlist, but I'm hoping that you'll join me for both. I love fluid painting in all of its aspects, in both encaustic and acrylic, and I also love abstract and intuitive painting. So this Fluid Fridays is right up my alley, and it's hopefully right up yours as well. And so I'm hoping that you come on over and enjoy and join me for some acrylic fluid painting fun. But there's a lot of similarities in the outcomes of the two when you are painting fluidly with encaustic. It has a similar, a lot of the cells can be achieved with shellac burns. The fluid painting has a similar look to an acrylic pour. So there's a lot of similarities in the outcomes of the looks of the paintings, and which is probably what attracts me to this fluid acrylic method so strongly. So I've been doing these for a bit now, and kind of getting used to what I enjoy and the products that I'm enjoying. So and I've been exploring color and color scheme in these pours. I do like dirty pours, and I do like the flip cup method is probably my favorite. And I found that blues, I'm really drawn to the blues. So those are probably my favorites, and I'll show you just a couple of my favorites that I've done the other day, and it's still drying. It's still not dry. It's been a couple of days. So I'll show you a picture of that one. And that has stayed pretty much like it is, and so I was really happy with that. Sometimes they move, and that's another, that's part of the journey, is trying to get them to the consistency where they won't move around too much or change too much. It's all in the process and figuring out what works best for your method. There's so many different ways you can go. Just like encaustic, there's so many different looks you can give it, so many different products you can add in and achieve a different look. And so I'm really enjoying that kind of mad scientist exploration there with the fluid painting with acrylics as well. So this is one of the blues that I've done, and this is another blue. These are varnished and have been for a while, and I was going back and forth whether I wanted the paintings varnished or if I wanted them resin, and I have worked quite extensively with resins in the past, so I am familiar with them, and I was kind of going back and forth, do I want to resin them or just to varnish. Right now I'm just varnishing, and I could change my mind and kind of play around with that as well, and I most likely will. And if I do, I'll show you a resin painting versus a varnished one. This is another one. This is probably one of my favorites, and it's not blue. It's not in a blue scheme. It's reds with a little bit hint of green, and the yellow made a little bit of orange. I didn't use orange, but it turned, of course, mixed in with it, and some black and white, and I really loved the cells in this one. It's one of my favorites, and I'm just kind of playing around with those cells and compositions and getting used to what I like and outcomes that I don't. So for today, I'm going to do another blue pour, and I'm actually going to do a re-pour over a previous pour that I didn't really end up caring for, and that's another great thing, is you can just re-pour over it. I tend to paint my canvases beforehand anyways. I don't like to pour over a white canvas. I don't seem to get that grip very well. I like to paint them, and I kind of like a black background. So lately I've been doing a sort of black background before I do the pour, or just repouring or over a canvas that I've already done a pour with, and that works too. So today I'm using, today I'm using some Liquitex, and this is an ultramarine blue. I've got another Liquitex. I just used a bit of this, and this is a bright aqua green. This is a Winsor Newton. It's cerulean blue. And this is the Plaza Studio series, and I really enjoy this paint. I'm finding that the outcome using this is really nice once it's dry, and I'm really liking the Plaza brand. That's from Plaza Art, and this is some light fast. This is some titanium white. And then in the golden, I have raw umber and my favorite, which is the iridescent bright gold. And because the golden, the raw umber especially, is a really heavy body acrylic, it takes a while to mix it up. I've mixed them with one of my favorite pouring mediums, which is the Floetrol, and also with a bit of the Liquitex pouring medium. Okay, and I'm adding some water in, just a little bit at a time. Okay, so I'm going to do a re-pour on this older poured canvas, and I have a level on here to make sure that my canvas is level. It's just sitting on some cups, so I want to make sure that it's nice and level, so when I do the pour, it's not going to run off one side or the other. So I always have a level there handy before I begin. This canvas has already been poured. It's already poured and dried, and I'm going to do a pour over it, so there's no need to repaint the sides or prep it. It already has paint on the canvas. I'm going to do a flip cup dirty pour, and so I'm going to just put my cup there, and I've added just a little bit of silicone to most all of these colors. Look at all those cells, just even in the cup, all the cells. You can see that. And I don't really want to mess with it too much. to get the sides or the corners, the little bit that didn't go over the edge, just with one of my stir sticks, and a little bit from what leaked over, rather than move it around too much once I have it where I like it. And I can see all sorts of cells still popping up here. And I didn't torch it really too long, just kind of went over it lightly to pop some air bubbles and possibly get some cells going if some more were going to come up, but certainly not heating the piece in any way, it's just purely from a distance to help dissipate any air bubbles and also encourage any cells that were going to come up to come out. Okay, I'm really kind of excited about this one. I can see I can see some areas where the gold is shining through here, and I think that's really pretty. It's almost a veining in the cells with the gold, and I hope that that stays. And also I like the dark and the light over here, and I like this turquoise thread sort of feeding through it here, a little off center, and I'm really enjoying that too, and then the darker blues. So I'm hoping that this stays this way. I'm still playing around with the consistency and the thickness of the paints and the additives into the paints. And right now sometimes they stay and sometimes they move a little bit, so it's quite a surprise the next day when I go back and check it to see what's happened to it. And sometimes I like the movement and sometimes I'm disappointed, so it just depends. I really like the colors that are coming out. I'm really happy with the colors on this one, so I'm hoping that they stay put as well and don't move around too much. I love the veining that's surrounding some of these cells. The white veining around some of them, and also the dark veining around others. So I'm really hopeful that this one stays, and I will post a picture for you of the wet and the dry, so you can see the difference that happens with the two. I don't see a lot of flow off, so so that the paint wasn't too thin, that it'll keep running, and that's a good thing. So that's a step in the right direction, and I will post pictures of both the wet and dry pieces for you at the end of this video. If you enjoyed this Fluid Fridays, then please like and subscribe to the channel, and you may also like Wax on Wednesdays, which is a new encaustic technique every single Wednesday. If you have not tried fluid acrylic painting before, that you will definitely give this a try. Give it a try. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot in this medium to explore. So thanks for joining me. See you next week. Bye-bye.